not feel. Yeah. My life is like up.
A tearful Wendy Williams calls her guardianship a prison in a rare interview. The former talk show host calls in to the Breakfast Club on January 16th, breaking her silence about her court-appointed...
I not feel. Yeah. My life is like up.
A tearful Wendy Williams calls her guardianship a prison in a rare interview. The former talk show host calls in to the Breakfast Club on January 16th, breaking her silence about her court-appointed guardianship, which a New York judge placed her under in 2022. In the emotional interview which Wendy gives alongside her niece Alex, the media personality denies guardian Sabrina Morrissey's previous claims made in a November 2024 court filing that Wendy, quote, has become cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated.
Wendy, tell us what's going on.
Well, first of all, to start with, my niece Alex knows a lot as well, but I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? That this system that I'm in, this system, it has falsified, a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You said you're cognitively impaired and you're incapacitated.
Do I seem that way?
No.
You've been calling me 5 times a day for the last 2 weeks. No, you don't seem that way.
Well, how dare, excuse me, who I naturally am is who I naturally am, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my niece knows all about that crap.
Wendy and her niece also make allegations regarding her day-to-day life in the New York wellness facility that she lives in.
But I keep the door closed, I watch TV, you know what I'm saying? I listen to radio, and I watch the window, and I sit here as my life goes by. You understand what I'm saying? I can call you, but you can't call me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even know what kind of phone this is that I have. All I'm saying is that when I call you, you listen. If you don't call me back, you can't call me back. You understand what I'm saying? I can't sit on the phone, and look at things, you know what I'm saying, and scroll through things. I can't do that. I do not have a laptop. You understand? I don't have an iPad.
What she's saying is exactly what's happened. She's there in New York, in this place, essentially like what some would call a luxury prison, right? This is her room. That's literally her apartment. But the thing about this apartment, and you know this, not Wendy, because you're there. It's small. She has a bed, a chair, a TV, a bathroom, and she's looking out one window. Yeah, imagine you're sitting in a space every single day. You're not getting sunlight. You're not able to leave your place. You can't see people. You can't just have free conversation. You do this day in and day out for months and for years at a time. Emotionally and mentally, that breaks you down in ways that I can't even imagine. We know that.
The 60-year-old also becomes emotional at one point, explaining that she fears retaliation for speaking out.
I not feel. Yeah. My life is like up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alex, do you think that there'll be some type of retaliation from the Guardian because of maybe this phone call or because of Wow.
We talked about that. Mm-hmm. My aunt, even with her wanting to come on, we talked about all scenarios. I said, do this. You ready for what's on the other side? And as she said, I have to do this. There's nothing else I could do at this point. She's prepared for the fact that her phone might be taken away.
What if they take my phone? I won't be able to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
The former shock jock also claims that the wellness facility that she lives in is trying to force medication on her.
Everybody is like nursemaids, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? They come in and they give your pills. You know what I'm saying? And then they leave. And I'm
I told you not to take. I told you don't take them pills.
Excuse me, I've had 2 pills all of my life. Alex, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Excuse me, there are 7 pills. I have no idea what is this pill doing. What is it going to be? Listen, I haven't been to a pill person in a matter of long time. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point where, excuse me, doctor, can you tell me what this pill is for?
Her niece is also urging fans to speak out on social media to bring awareness to Wendy's alleged situation.
There's the hashtag Free Wendy. There's also a change.org petition as well. And also just making as much noise as possible. Potentially, GoFundMe, whatever we have to do to make sure that my aunt is in a place where she is living her life in dignity. For the woman that she is now, that's what we're going to do.
And while Wendy mostly opens up about her own life in the interview, the New Jersey native, a longtime outspoken critic of Sean Diddy Combs, also weighs in on the rapper's legal troubles. He's currently in jail awaiting trial and has pleaded not guilty to charges of racketeering, sex trafficking by force, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
All these years later to see where Diddy currently is, what do you feel about that situation?
Right. Hey, when I watch TMZ and I see the stuff that goes on, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden I see me on TMZ. And as far as Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day. And you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
E! News has reached out to reps for Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, in response to Wendy and Alex's claims made in the interview, but has not yet heard back. Morrissey is currently in a legal battle with TV networks AIN and Lifetime Entertainment over the release of the 2024 docuseries Where is Wendy Williams, which explored Wendy's life under the guardianship.
Are we ready?
Yeah, bring it on you.
All right. And away we go. All I know is how to be famous. I really want to be back on television.
You're going to be back on TV. That's easy.
My mom has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay, always.
Wendy, make sure you look here. 1, 2, 3.
But in reality, there's something wrong going on.
Did you see a neurologist to find out if I'm crazy? Oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to sit down again.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money. I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you. As her family, we were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Keep it there.
Okay.
Keep it there.
My mom, she always talks about how she wants to work. I feel as though she's worked enough.
In 2024, Wendy's team had gone public with news of a diagnosis of aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. At the time, Wendy told E! News in a statement, "I have immense gratitude for the love and kind words I have received after sharing my diagnosis of aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. Let me say, wow, your response has been overwhelming. Please just know that your positivity and encouragement are deeply appreciated."
What is up with the YouTube world? Is Coffee tapping back in, and man, they're doing Wendy Williams dirty. I'm really starting to believe it more and more. That is actually an old interview, old piece of content that's being re-pushed back out and repackaged with the latest happenings the other day. If y'all didn't see the clip, you probably see me putting it in that piece. Wendy Williams, this facility that she's in NYC, people seen her up in the window waving, trying to get people's attention, dropping a letter, a note, begging for help. And responders came and took her away, man. And I swear, there was some foul-ish going on in a lot of places, man. Everyone, let me know if you've ever experienced and seen this in your own lifetime. I have, right? A lot of times you hear things and you say, that can't be real. No one would really do that to anyone. Why? You know what I mean? But just for instance, I have a family member who they had cancer, and they do different times of their battle that ultimately they succumbed to and passed away 3 years after finding out that they had that sickness, multiple times getting their treatments, fighting for their life. different things happened where they had like a wound that they had to have removed from their body. As you know, when you're getting the radiation and chemo type treatments, they break down all your healthy cells and you end up wild sick. That's why, listen, I'm not one to give out advice. This is just something I'm saying. If you end up in that boat, really get more than one opinion. Do all the research you can, weigh out your options. In some instances, you may better off just being and letting things be naturally or whatever. Again, I'm not giving out any disclaimer. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not qualified to give anyone any type of advice or nothing like that. I'm just saying I've known multiple people that ended up in that boat, and we'll just say when things trended onward, they ended up somewhat regretting some of the decisions they made and felt like they might have been better off just letting things be. You know what I mean? Like that song, let it be, let it be. You know what I mean? But anyways, the point is, at one point in time, they ended up in like a facility because they got a surgery. They had to have some necrotic dead tissue removed from their body. And while they were in that place, you're just supposed to be there temporarily, get the wound cleaned up, go about your business, get your strength back up so you can be back at home doing what you got to do. You know what I mean? And in these places, there was another individual we knew that came in there while we were visiting the person we knew. And this motherfucker came in there. I think they had I forget what exactly happened, but dude came in, and within 3 weeks of him being there, they had him so morphined up and medicated up and all twisted and flucked up that he was pale white like a ghost and died. And you see it in there. I've seen it with my own personal loved one, that they were over medicating the fluck out of them. And it's like a lot of the people are just lazy. I don't know. I don't know if it's the facility instructs the workers who are, a lot of them are just taking orders. But at the end of the day, the Nazis were just taking orders too. So you got to watch what you do. You know what I mean? Think about what you're doing in life, if it's righteous, if you should really be doing what you're doing. I understand that some people got to do what they're doing to get by and pay the bills, but there becomes a line of moral decency where if you have to carry on your job, you should at least reach out to a board or something like that. And it's just something I've seen where people are mistreated in a lot of facilities. Again, I don't know if the facilities are instructing people to do it so they can just build a fluck out of insurance companies or what. That's something else I've seen. I knew another person who had a lawsuit going on, a righteous lawsuit, and there was all kinds of fly-by-night greaseballs that were making false claims on their insurance. And the point that I'm getting at is, in a lot of these facilities, some of these horror stories that you hear are actually true. They are actual factual, and it's all bad. And I'm not saying anytime you hear something like this, it's 100% true, but I've seen enough to say to myself, something goes on. Is it people abuse their power? Why does this kind of ish happen? You know what I'm saying? And we're looking back at Wendy Williams. You hear that interview. Again, this is an older interview. Over time, we saw Wendy hasn't been in the greatest of health, and a lot of people don't like Wendy Williams because a lot of the content she ran, for instance, like when Method Man's wife had CANCE or whatever it was, and she put it out there to the world. We heard Method Man how appalled and disrespected and violated him and his wife felt, and they seem to have an on again, off again, back and forth like type beef. You know what I'm saying? Like Wendy did a lot of people foul in her lifetime, but it's still, people deserve dignity. You know what I mean? There's the worst of the worst demonic entity individuals who have committed horrific crimes, and they can go rot and DIE. You know what I mean? But like I'm saying, even with a person like Wendy, she did some foul things at a time and crossed the line of decency with their job. But this just doesn't seem righteous. As her health declined, people went to court. I think there was she took time away from the show, and we heard that she had fallen. It leaked out to the press that she had dementia and aphasia, which I don't know if I'm buying it, because with the whole aphasia thing, it is, and I'm gonna go quote off here, a language disorder that affects a person's ability to communicate. It can occur suddenly after a stroke or head injury, or develop slowly from a growing brain tumor or disease. Aphasia affects a person's ability to express and understand written and spoken language. Once the underlying cause is treated, the main treatment for aphasia is speech therapy. So you heard that interview, right? She sounded fine to me. And that was an extended interview. That wasn't like she got on there and said a couple things. And you heard Charlemagne the God talking about, yo, you call me 5 times a day for the longest time. Billy Joel voice, you seem all right. And you seen he was instructing her, don't take those meds. Because Charlemagne must be in the know as well that a lot of these places end up having people incapacitated. And it's just so foul and flucked up. And like I said, you see what happened the other day. The first responders coming and taken away. She got that window, she got that note out the window, please help me. Like, Wendy is still got it. She's still smart enough. She's not just fading away into the abyss. She's stuck in this place and she wants up out of there, and she got herself up out of there. And you see the reports of how she's been passing competency tests with flying colors. Like, I'm feeling type bad for Wendy. You know, I'm feeling like some people around her, as we know, she's raised quite the fortune in her empire with her career and all the things that she's done. Like, why is someone doing this to her? Are people trying to take all her paper away? Like we saw with Britney Spears, she had the conservatorship, and there was a lot of people, disputing if she needed it or not, and she ended up getting out of it, right? Free Britney. Well, now it's free Wendy. What does everyone think about this? Is it her people's? Like, there's times that comment if you guys seen a movie on Netflix called I Care a Lot, where there was like a whole hustle and scam going on, where there was a company that would see they were more going after more elderly people, although Wendy is getting up there in age, and they would find a way to take them to court. And they had different people on the inside within their grasp and reach that they were in cahoots with to put people in facilities and just take everything they had. And now, obviously, that is a fictionalized version of some real things that happen. And I don't know. Like, I'm hearing these interviews. I'm seeing what Wendy did, how sharp she was to make that move and to try to get herself up out of there. And I'm feeling like this is twisted, man. This is something we got to pay attention to, and I hope she gets up out of this conservatorship and guardianship, because I'm thinking she has the means to make righteous decisions on her own in her best interest. Now, I didn't see that show. Tap it in. Let me know if you guys seen that 2024. What is it? Where is Wendy Williams or whatever? Obviously, we know the power of editing is a very strong thing, that you can edit things in such a way and put it together. I mean, this is YouTube. We see it all the time. There's ways to sensationalize things and have you having a whole different impression of what reality is. And I didn't see that, so I don't know if that is what they did, because obviously Wendy Williams and I think her niece were really heated about that whole situation. But yeah, man, I saw this going on at first, and I was thinking, man, Wendy is just up out of it. She had these couple strokes, and we even saw it dating back when she collapsed. You know, like, obviously she had drug abuse. Like, Wendy has had quite the life in a lot of ways. Success. She's been through a lot of hardships and drama. She wasn't always the most righteous to other people, but I don't know. I want to see something happen here in her favor. I'm feeling bad. Like, I'm feeling that is indeed accurate, that she is in a luxury prison. Well, not anymore. She got her ass up out of there with the note. I haven't seen any of the latest updates if she is indeed free, or they sent her back, or she's just, in that place temporarily, or what it is, man. But this is flucked up. So everyone, comment and let me know what you think about this all. Like, why can't she have access to the internet? Why can't people call her? Why are these things in this way? Now, her attorneys are fighting back and saying, Wendy, and I'm paraphrasing, Wendy's full of ish. She has turned down freedoms and other things like this, like passes and privileges that she has. And they're saying that she's just being totally like non-participational in it all. But I don't know. I'm rocking with what's going on with what Wendy's saying in this situation. Like, to me, she seems that she is there enough on her own for her to be on her own. Maybe with the help, like, let her choose who she wants to have around her, helping her. I think that was her niece with her. Let the niece and her rock together and live life in their pursuit of happiness. Because this is some bullish, man. Straight up, that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you're thinking about it all. Let me know if you've ever seen things like this happen in your own lifetime, whether to yourself or someone else, and just your thoughts, period. And I don't know the specifics of this court mandated guardianship / conservatorship when it will go back to court and a future ruling will be made. If I was Wendy, I'd be trying to get up out of there. Like, when they took her to the hospital, yo, I'm busting a move. Hey, can I use the phone? I'm calling up some loved ones, some good friends that I really trust, as I do got a few out there, you know? Like, as life goes on, guys, keep the people that you love around you. Keep them within an arm's length. Don't ever, like, if you got to make moves and you go on to different chapters in your life, never be too busy to keep in contact with the people that you really love, that will be there for you and that you can be there for them. You know what I mean? This life thing is crazy, and we got to do right by those that love us and that we love. So with all that being said, I'm going to close the video on out. I'm going to say hashtag free Wendy. Again, let me know your thoughts. I thank y'all for tuning in once again. It's Jay Coffee, and I'm up out of here, guys. Peace.